have any intention of making deputies in the jail corrections officers?
And the first question, right? Okay. All right. Plans for the existing jail are to expand the jail on its current site where we're at today. That's the plans for the existing jail. We have, and we're moving forward with plans to actually build out the footprint of the current facility into the parking lot to where it is today. That's where we're going with this. Now, in the last couple of weeks, as you probably have all seen in the media, the Board of Supervisors has entered into negotiations with a private family to purchase 140 acres south of the city limits by the airport. The idea there is to build a public safety complex, and those negotiations are ongoing. That is an alternative site, and hopefully that will become the primary site. But if it doesn't, we still need to have a plan on how to expand the current facility. As you know, the current facility is outdated, the physical plant is bad, it's overstaffed, it's overpopulated, and it's understaffed. But the thing of it is that if we have an opportunity to build a new jail and a new public safety building, that's a direction that I want to move, and that's a direction that I hope that we can take this county. Now, that would also mean a new probation department. That would also mean a new juvenile hall. All of these things together in one common area of 40 acres in a larger footprint of 140 acres. And that's what we're trying to do today, is work with the Board of Supervisors to come up with a solution that will address those needs. Now, as far as correctional officers go, absolutely no way, no time, no place. And I've said that since day one. Not as long as I'm sheriff. Can't have it. You're all deputy sheriffs. That's the way it has to be. That's just the way I feel about it. So, how are we going to pay for a new jail? This is something that has also been asked. Where are you going to get the money? You know, we've tried over the years for federal grants. We've tried for AB 900. And every time that we've come to what I think is a good potential, something happens. And you know about what happened with AB 900 and trying to site a reentry facility here. The community was not in favor of that. So unfortunately, we weren't able to continue with that. However, I have suggested, and I will continue to suggest to the Board of Supervisors, that what they do is issue certificates of participation, COPs, and that we leverage county property and mortgage county property to get the funds that we need to build a jail. And that's a direction that I want to move. Not raising taxes. Let's mortgage what we have. We've got plenty of equity in county property, and we can draw on that equity to build a new jail.
This is also a two-part question. How do you feel about binding arbitration for discipline? Why are you for or against it?
Well, it's no secret that I've been opposed to binding arbitration, and I'll just say that right now. And the reason that I've been opposed to binding arbitration is because I've always felt that what binding arbitration does is it gives away the employee rights. In binding arbitration for discipline, what you have to remember is you're stuck with a decision, good, bad, or indifferent. Good possibility that the employee may win, but there's also that chance that you may not win. Then what do? You're stuck with it. That's why I've been opposed to it. However, if this is something that the DSA really wants, if this is something that the DSA wants to move in that direction, then I'm willing to support it. I'm willing to say, look, binding arbitration is something that I can live with if you think the membership can live with. And I'll advocate for it. But keep in mind, it's up to the Board of Supervisors in the end to make that decision. It's up to the board. But I will advocate for it if that's what the DSA wants.
Why do you want the DSA's endorsement?
Well, obviously, the DSA's endorsement is a key endorsement. Now, I'm here tonight to humbly request your support. I believe that over the past 7 years, I've showed good faith in working with your DSA board. I've worked with your DSA board. We have monthly meetings. Your DSA board has, and you, any member of this department, has free access to my office. I've always been willing to listen, and I've always been willing to work out the problems before they turn into grievances. And so your endorsement tonight is a very important part of validating what I've done for you and sending a clear message to the community that you support this sheriff because you agree with what he's done, and you agree with his vision, and you agree with what this sheriff wants to do for the community. The fact that we need to do something about gangs, terrible problem. The fact that we've got a terrible drug problem in this county. The fact that we need to do something about an overcrowded jail that's dilapidated. The fact that we have to restore staffing levels to what they should be in this department. That's validation, and that's why I need your support tonight to help me to continue that vision.
What are you going to do to restore that public's confidence in the Monterey County Sheriff's Office once you are reelected?
I believe the public in general has confidence in this office. I believe that. I hear it all the time. I hear it every day. I hear about the good work that you're doing out there in the community. I hear about the good things that happen on a day-to-day basis with all of the work that you do. And that gets back to me. That makes me proud of what it is that you're doing. But at the same time, there are vocal groups out there that have attacked the sheriff's office and have attacked me. And I can live with that because that's what I'm here for, okay? I am the sheriff. I represent the office of the sheriff, and I will be the one to take the criticism for whatever it is that occurs in the community. And so if we have vocal groups out there that are unhappy because of whatever reason and attack the office of the sheriff, I will be the one to stand there and take it. They will have to go through me to get to you. As long as, and I've always said this, you operate within policy and you operate within the law. I will be there every step of the way. And so public confidence in this office I think is good. I think it's high. Unfortunately, we're going through a tough time now with the election, and there's a lot of scrutiny. And for that, I'm sorry, but it's part of doing business in a sheriff's office. We'll get through this. And as I look ahead to the future, I'm proud of each and every one of you and all the work that you've done.
The command staff of the MCSO has grown in numbers over the past 10 to 12 years. This is a three-part question. Do you see this as a problem that needs to be addressed? If so, how will you, as sheriff of Monterey County, address this issue?